Hey guys, so why I started dancing. So I was that kid that loved Michael Jackson. I had the videos, I would learn the movement, all of that. I loved him. And I only danced around the house and it was never a thing for me. I was really into like sports. I played football, like football was my journey, my thing that I really wanted to do. And when I was about 14, a friend of mine was like, let's go to dance class. And I was like, you know what? I've never really been that interested in going to dance class, but let's just go. Let's give it a go. I always thought it was a bit girly, to be honest, because I played football, which makes me laugh now. I went to dance class and, I kind of liked it. It wasn't like a whole big thing that I fell in love with it or anything. I kind of liked it. And it just went from there. It was something I did on a Saturday afternoon, like, one class a week. I'm sure class was like £2.50 or something back in the day. And honestly, it was like a form of escapism. I think looking back now, at the time I didn't realise this, but looking back, like I needed something that got me out the house because things weren't that great at home. Something that was like allowed me to like express myself emotionally, physically, like whatever that looked like. Looking back now, like understanding that now, I actually say I feel like dance saved me as a teenager. It really was that powerful. I never knew that dance could be a career. I didn't know anyone that had like left Liverpool and gone and done like anything creative. I didn't know dancers, singers, actors. Like obviously I used to see people on shows or television, and I just kind of thought, I don't know how someone like me gets there. They're obviously from like other places, which is funny when you think about that in your like child brain. Anyway, when I was, I don't know, 17 or something like that, about 17, there was a dance TV show called Bump and Grind, and anyone who's my age roughly will remember this. It was one of the first kind of like reality TV shows at the time. It was on Trouble TV. They were traveling England, Manchester, all of that, and they were looking for like talent. Me and my friend went, and I just thought, yeah, do you know what, let's go, whatever, like it'll be fun type thing. I got, they loved me then at the daytime auditions. I then got through to the next audition. It was one of them. I was like, I just kept kind of getting through, and I was like, okay, cool, let's just kind of go with this. I ended up getting really far in that TV show. I got right down to like the last couple of people. We went to London and we, stayed in a house, and all of that was really exciting. And through that, I didn't win the show, but I got like right to the end. Through that, I met agents, choreographers, casting directors. It was the first time that I was like, oh, this is like an industry. Like this is actually, these people actually do this for like a job, And I got signed to my first ever agency, which was crazy because I was like, what? What now? Like at the time, I think I was just working. I was working in a shop in Liverpool. I wasn't really doing anything. I didn't really have, my life wasn't really set out. I didn't go to university or anything like that. And I remember my agent, my first ever agent, Aisha, saying, you're talented and I think you could really do this. And honestly, like it was one of the first times that I felt like somebody believed in me and someone was like, hey, like you're good at this, like you should do this. And so I was like, okay, cool, I'm not doing anything else. I moved to London. She advised I moved to London, like, really, really go for it. And I just did everything that she said. I had an agent and I was just started going for auditions and I had no idea what was going on. But luckily I had that kind of mentorship straight away. Do this, wear this, dance like this, like give this a go, like just go in there, do your best thing or whatever. And I was quite fearless actually thinking about it. And when I think back, I think not having social media played a massive part in that because I had no idea what was in London. I wasn't afraid because I didn't know. I just thought, well, I'm great. I'm a good dancer, right? I've got really far on this TV show. I must be good. And I didn't think, in London, they're going to be better than me because what we don't know, right? And so when I got there, I just gave it my all and I was quite fearless and I just threw myself in the deep end. I was aware that I have no idea what I'm doing here. I don't know this industry, this business. I don't know, I just was given an address. That's where your audition is, get yourself there. When we rocked up, they'd be like, right, this is what we're doing. I'd be like, okay, cool. And I'd just give it my best shot. And so obviously that, once I got to London, it was very much like, you audition, you get the nose, you try again. You know, I was working in a bar, I was also flyering, I was doing a million things, I worked in a retail for a while, and I just tried to put one foot in front of the other for probably the next, I'd say 4 to 5 years, until I came home to Liverpool to save my money to go to New York, and that's the next part of my story that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. But the reason that I started, I always say, I very much just fell into dance, which is crazy. And a part of me still thinks, I wonder what would have happened if I was a footballer, you know? But I love this industry and I love my career, and I wouldn't change any part of it.